We are live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So we are inching closer and closer to that inevitable trade deadline. I mean, we're what would that be 12 plus 5, so we're like 17 hours, 18 hours roughly away from the NBA trade deadline. So I know it doesn't feel like a lot of time, but it is a lot of time. And hopefully the Lakers do something. Hopefully it's not something where the Lakers just stand pat and do nothing. We'll see. Time will tell. Even like I said, even just like a minor move. Can you just give me that nudge move? Like, even if it's just like, hey, we landed Ayo Dosunmu for a second, right? Like, yeah, is that enough to, propel us into true title contention and make us one of the, 3 best teams in basketball? Probably not, but at least it shows the competence and shows like where, like the direction in which we're going, right? It shows us kind of, that like at least Rob has an idea of what he wants to build this team, type thing. But this is, I mean, look, we're in the home stretch just about, right? We're closing in into the waning hours of the Lakers doing something, hopefully anything. Like I said, it doesn't have to be some superstar trade. It doesn't have to be Giannis or, even like an Andrew Wiggins or something. Like I said, the Brooklyn Nets. I keep screaming for the Brooklyn Nets, right? They just got Akaya Baji too, right? Like I don't believe that they can aggregate him in a trade, but you know what you can do is you could do separate trades. There's no rules that say you can't do separate trades. So you could do something where, you get a Dayron, Zaire Williams, Haywood Highsmith, and then do a separate trade for, maybe loop everything into one trade and then do a separate trade for Akaya Baji, right? Like that just would be perfect. I'd be all for something like that, right? Like, again, can you just nudge us in the right direction? Right? Even if it's just something small to where it's like, okay, at least Rob gets it, right? He wasn't able to do like this huge major trade, but we got all this cap space, we got all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. Right? I really want Giannis to get traded. Like, I really do. Because my big fear is that the Lakers are like, that's what's the holdup. Like, my fear is the Lakers are waiting around for Giannis to get traded or not get traded. And then my concern is like, if Giannis doesn't get traded, I worry that the Lakers aren't going to make a trade. My hope is that while we're on this live stream, Giannis gets traded. And then when he gets traded, it's like, beautiful, we got this, right? Like that's my hope, right? That's what I'm counting on, is that like, okay, cool. Giannis got traded. Maybe now Rob will get something done. Now maybe Rob will do anything, right? Like, it's like, it's frustrating because it's like, I'm anxious, right? Like every time my phone, like the phantom vibrates, the phantom rings and stuff, right? Like I'm like standing here and then whatever, like my dryer will like, and I'm like, oh, is that my phone? Where my phone at? Right? Like, I'm just like on edge this whole time. And every time I see Sham's name come across my phone or, my computer or something like that, I'm like, oh, is this it? Come on, please be the moment. Please be. And then I'm like, it's something else. Right. Something that I talked about though on More As It Stands Lakers, the thing that kind of gives me some optimism is no trades have happened that the Lakers could have necessarily gotten involved with, nor like made sense for the Lakers. The only player that I really see, and even like most of the comments and things like that I see people talk about, is the Akaya Baji trade, but the Lakers couldn't even do that. They don't have the salary to take him on, right? Which ironically is what Rob's trying to do. Right. Like, and again, the salary space, you can make those type of trades. So like if this was the off season, Lakers could have taken on Akaya Baji and gotten the second. Right. But like, if you're Brooklyn, it's like, so I'm just going to just give you Akaya Baji for free. We don't need you. Right. Like we could just take Akaya Baji and get the free second. Right. Like, so again, it's one of those things where Lakers lack a cap space, which, that's kind of what Rob's trying to do in the offseason, could kind of open up doors for other trades and stuff like that. But outside of that, like, there hasn't been anyone traded that I'm like, oh man, like, dang, the Lakers, like, obviously the Keon Ellis and DeAndre Hunter. But again, that, like, the way that trade worked out couldn't have happened, right? Like, the way that trade worked out, nothing would have happened. So to me, it's like, can we just get it? It's the patient factor, and I know that's frustrated. I know it's like, come on, man, but it's the patient factor, right? So I'm hopeful that the Lakers end up getting something done, something going on. Everyone's saying, let me see. I haven't gotten the notification yet. Golden State Warriors are trading Jonathan Kaminga and Buddy Hield to the Atlanta Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis. That's funny. I talked about Kristaps Porzingis potentially going to the Warriors. Like I mentioned I think in the live stream, Kristaps Porzingis going there. Yeah. So the Golden State Warriors are trading, Jonathan Kaminga and Buddy Hield to the Atlanta Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis. That's, I guess, like, gives you that floor space or gives you that big. I don't hate it for the Warriors. If Kristaps can stay healthy, right, and come at playoff time. I mean, obviously that's not a Laker trade, right? But could we trade for Jonathan Kaminga? Where does Jonathan Kaminga fit for Atlanta? Like, because, like, who's he playing over? Yeah, like, that's. Let me. I'm trying to think, like, who, like, where does he slot in? Because they can trade for Jonathan Kaminga. They wouldn't be able to aggregate him, but they could just trade for him straight up. Let me see. See, look, I get on and immediately a trade happens. Just unfortunately, it's not. Fortunately, it's not the Lakers. Fortunately, it's not the Lakers trade. Because where does he slot in, though? Because you have Jalen Johnson, Zachary Rizashea, right? And Kongwu, Tyson Daniels, Nikhil Alexander-Walker. I don't know where. So what, are they going to have him come off the bench? Maybe. I mean, you're going to pay him $23 million next season to come off the bench? I don't know. Don't be shocked if they reroute Kaminga somewhere. I mean, hopefully it's the Lakers, but I don't think, are they going to really keep Kaminga and they're going to pay him all that money to come off the bench? Maybe. Because to them, it's essentially to them, it'd be essentially a salary dump, right? I guess, unless they didn't get any assets, though. So maybe they will keep Kaminga because there's no assets involved. Like, if Atlanta had gotten like 2 seconds or something like that, right? Like, let's say Atlanta got 2 seconds. So it's funny. I was in the middle of talking about a trade that, like, hey, nothing happened that the Lakers could have gotten involved in. I mean, Lakers maybe could have gotten involved on getting Kaminga in this trade. But yeah, if there's no assets involved, I mean, obviously we'll probably get all the details here in a moment. But if there's no assets involved, then they probably keep Kaminga. But if they got like a couple seconds, I could see them flipping Kaminga into another second or something like that, where they just kind of stack assets. But we'll see. That's interesting. Anyway, let's get back to Laker topics here. But yeah, I mean, Kaminga. Hey, I mean, the Kaminga saga is over. That's what I was talking about that last night. Like, are they going to keep Kaminga again? They're going to go through this all over again in the offseason? Like, that'd be crazy to do. So good for Kaminga. I mean, and look, if you're Atlanta, you turn Kristaps Porzingis, who's leaving, into a young wing, right? That has some upside, has some potential, right? Like, maybe they're starting 4. Maybe that's what they do. They keep him as their starting 4. Porzingis is kind of like a low risk, high reward type move. It's kind of like when they were interested in Lauri Markkanen. It's like instead of Lauri Markkanen, you go get, now you got Kristaps Porzingis, and he's probably not getting $30 million next year, so you might be able to re-sign him for something. But I don't know. Like I said, to get back to the Lakers, because obviously, this is the Laker channel, talk about the Lakers. But like I said, I'm not expecting a big, crazy, sexy trade. I'm not expecting a trade where I'm like, ooh, like, wow, the Lakers just got that. I mean, obviously, I'd love that. And if that can happen, fingers crossed, hopefully that happens. But like I said, like, just can you go get an Io? Even if all the Lakers do is just get an Io DeSumo, right? Like, obviously, I'm not going to be like, that's it. Lakers are the greatest team in basketball. But I would be stoked. That would be a great pickup. That would be a guy that can immediately have an impact this season and going forward. But at least it shows the Lakers have a clear direction, right? Get youth, athleticism, two-way play on the roster, right? So to me, I'm hoping that it's all I want. I just want to see. I understand the Lakers kind of want to preserve the cap space. That's fine, right? Like, you can do both, right? Like, you can go and get 2 or 3 guys, right? It's why I keep screaming for the Brooklyn Nets trade. Literally, you could go and land 4 guys from Brooklyn and still have $40 million in cap space because all those guys are paid so cheap, right? Like, you could go get, Io DeSumo from Chicago for a second, and then turn your first into, 4 guys on Brooklyn or something like that. And now you got all your depth. Now you got all your rotation players. You have even if you pay Io and everything like that, you'll probably still have like $30 million in cap space that you can throw at like a Peyton Watson. I know he got hurt tonight. Hopefully it's nothing major, but you can throw it at like a Peyton Watson or a Tari Eason or a Walker Kessler or something like that. I even recent, like the most recent video I talked about, like, even just like, can you just trade Gabe Maxey and can you just trade like Gabe Maxey and somebody else and just like get open roster spots to where now you can bring in a couple guys? Because there's several guys like who just got recently waived. Was it TJ McCollum? Was that who just got waived recently? Like literally, like right before I came on. I think it was TJ McCollum. Somebody just got waived. But like Lonzo's expected to get waived. You have like Chris Paul, you have Chris Middleton, DeMar DeRozan if he ends up getting waived. Like, it's like if the Lakers, I even talked about it in the like the Wiggins video, right? Like, I wouldn't even hate if the Lakers went and like turned, like, go trade for Andrew Wiggins, give up your first. I know the Lakers don't really want to give up the first and don't really want to mess up with they don't really want to mess up their cap space or anything. But Warriors just traded Trace Jackson. The Golden State Warriors have traded center Trace Jackson Davis. That's interesting, to the Toronto Raptors for a 2026 second round pick via the Lakers. Wait, what? Wait, a 2026 second round pick. Isn't that the pick the Lakers have? What happened? Wait, what? Is that part of that? Do the Warriors have a second round pick? Toronto has a second round pick? Is there more to that? The Golden State Warriors have traded center Trace Jackson Davis to the Toronto Raptors for a 2026 second round pick via the Lakers. The Raptors acquire some needed size and stay under the luxury tax from the Akaya Baji trade earlier Wednesday. Okay, so it's their pick. I thought the Lakers had a 2026 second round pick this year, if I'm not mistaken. It must not have been that. That's what I'm saying. Is it a 3-team trade? I thought the Lakers had their pick this year. Am I tripping? Or Don't the Lakers have their second round pick this year? I thought they had both. The Warriors and Porzingis target. Maybe it's a 2027 second. When's their? I know they have a first. We have someone else's pick. Okay, yeah, because I know I'm pretty sure we have a second round pick this year, but maybe it's not our own. I said I don't have it off the top of my head. Then whose pick do we have this year? Lakers draft picks. Yeah, because that like threw me off. I was like, wait a minute, is this a 3-team? What is going on? Yeah, because I thought the Lakers have. Oh, all right, let me put. Oh, there we go. Future picks. Boom. Lakers have 2026 first rounder. No, oh yeah, they traded it to Toronto. Oh, okay, yeah, it's not their own pick. Yeah, Toronto doesn't have the 2026. They have Utah's first going out. Got it. It's the 20. It's the they have a couple 2027 second round picks. That's what it is. Got it. Okay. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, it threw me off for a second. I was like, wait a minute, what is happening? Anyway, to get back on track, I mean, man, this has been crazy. It's been nonstop, right? But what I was getting at was the Toronto Raptors, right? Or Toronto Raptors. God, I got that over here. The Lakers, like if you can just get, that's where I was at. There we go. If they could just get a, like I said, Ayo Dosunmu, right? Something like that, right? Like even if that's all they did, perfect. I talked about in the Wiggins video, right? Like I like I mentioned, is like, can you like I wouldn't hate that's okay, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the buyout market, right? Go do like a Wiggins trade, right? And yes, you trade your first in the Wiggins trade, let's say, right? You get back Wiggins. But like, if you did something like Maxi Gabe and Wiggins, or Maxi Gabe and Connect, there we go, for Andrew Wiggins, right? You open up 2 roster spots. Now you're not trading for just Andrew Wiggins. You're trading for Andrew Wiggins and getting potentially Alonzo Ball, because you still have the 15th roster spot. So you have like Lonzo Ball, whatever. Let's say Chris Middleton gets bought out, and I don't know. Let's say DeMar does get bought out. Now you can get all 3 of those guys on top of Andrew Wiggins. Now that might be enough to put you over the top. Now that might be enough. And guess what? You're not signing all those buyout guys to 4-year deals. Right? You're signing those guys, and then you still have the flexibility. So let's say DeMar's really good next year, like off the bench for you, and he's like, hey, I'm willing to come off the bench, to be a Laker. Right? Like, boom, there you go. We go and get that. Right? Like what I'm saying is that there's options there. Or even better, could you go get like an Allen, right? Go get a Jared Allen, but don't give up Rui. Keep Rui. Can you get a Jared Allen for Gabe and Maxi, or maybe send those guys somewhere else and like work out a 3-team deal, whatever? Can you do something to where then, you send out your first, you get a Jared Allen, and then open up a roster spot or 2, and now you have 2 roster spots. You get like a Jared Allen, DeMar DeRozan, and Lonzo Ball, right? Like, boom, there you go, right? Like, there's ways for the Lakers to do things. There's ways for the Lakers to get things done. It's just, again, it's like, can we find something, anything? But it's just hopefully we get something. Hopefully the Lakers do something. Like I said, it doesn't feel like a lot of time, but there's a lot of time, right? Like a lot can happen between now and then. And look, was it 2 years? No, it was the 2023 season, right? We did like the Rui trade early, but then we didn't do anything until literally trade deadline day, right? That was the year where like Lakers went and got like 6 new guys, and we were like, what just happened, right? So again, it's very possible that the Lakers end up doing something, right? Like, and it's just like this huge rush. My biggest fear is that what's going to happen is like we need Giannis to get traded. Like more than anything, I really just want a note. I don't care where he like. If he goes to Minnesota, he goes to Golden State. I don't care where he goes. Obviously, Golden State doesn't believe they're getting Giannis. So that takes Golden State out of the equation. Maybe, fingers crossed, maybe the Warriors know something. Maybe the Warriors know Giannis is about to get traded. So they were like, you know what? He's about to get traded to the Wolves or the Heat or something like that. So we're out on him. Let's go get Porzingis. I'm hoping that that's the case, right? Like, I'm hoping that, like, maybe this is the sign we've been needing, right? Maybe this is the sign that, like, okay, cool. Giannis trade is coming. He's not going to because the Warriors were at one point leading the hunt for. We're leading the hunt for. Oh, okay, it's just the Raptors thing. Sorry, like I'm multitasking here, so sorry everybody, but like. The Warriors were leading the hunt in the Giannis trade, and now they just traded for Kristaps Porzingis, and they traded guys that they would have traded for Giannis. Right now, granted, they could do Draymond and other stuff. Sure, are they going to get Porzingis and Giannis? Right? Like, that I doubt. So I'm hoping that this is the move that ends up landing Giannis somewhere. And then now the Lakers can move on. Because my biggest fear right now is that the Lakers are going to end up waiting for Giannis and see, does he get traded? And then we get to the like tail end of the trade deadline, and it's clear Giannis isn't going to be traded, and the Lakers just don't do anything. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that the Lakers already have a deal or two worked out, and they're just waiting for confirmation on Giannis. My fear is that what's going to happen is Giannis isn't going to get traded, and the Lakers are just going to sit on their hands because they're going to go like, hey, we're good, right? Like, you know, hey, we have a real shot at Giannis. Let's go. Here we go. I really want that notification of Giannis, right? Again, Miami, get the trade done. Somebody needs to go do something, because if the Lakers believe that they can land Giannis, the Lakers are going to do everything they can to land Giannis. And look, I will say this, though. If the Lakers do land Giannis, then it was worth it, right? Like, if we go into the offseason and the Lakers go and end up trading for Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? This entire, like, even if we waste this entire wash of a season, doesn't matter, because we got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, if you told me, like, hey, we can go trade for Andrew Wiggins right now or get Giannis Antetokounmpo in the offseason, I would go get Giannis Antetokounmpo in the offseason, right? But the problem is we don't, like, yes, we have a better shot at Giannis, but I still don't think, unless Giannis says he wants to go to the Lakers, it's going to be tough. Like, yeah, the Lakers could have 3 firsts and then maybe turn Austin Reeves into some stuff, right? Like, the big argument that I see everyone make about, oh, the Lakers could land Giannis is that the Lakers would have the cap space to essentially absorb Giannis. But, like, if you're the Bucks, you don't just want picks, especially picks that aren't going to be super good. Right? It's not like, the picks are going to be great. The only way that I think the Lakers truly land Giannis is if Austin Reeves says he wants, like, he's willing to go to Milwaukee. Right? If Austin Reeves is like, yeah, I'll sign, like, you can sign and trade me to Milwaukee, then I think the Lakers actually have a real shot at Giannis, because you can make an argument that the Bucks would be getting the best player that they could get out of any of the other trades in Austin Reeves, and they'd get 3 firsts plus 3 swaps and stuff like that, right? So and Milwaukee can't bottom out, right? They don't own any of their picks the next like 10 years, right? So they're like, okay, we can just kind of bottom, we can't bottom out, but now we got an all-star caliber point guard that we can add with Ryan Rollins and all these other guys and da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's the only way that I think that the Lakers could potentially get him. I just don't think Austin Reeves is going to want to go to Milwaukee, right? So then the only other thing that they could do would be like turn Austin Reeves into more picks. But it's like, again, like let's say you can get, Lakers have 3 firsts. Let's say a team is willing to give you 4 firsts for Austin Reeves. Okay, now you have 7 firsts. Again, like, what are those picks? They're probably not super good. And the Lakers picks aren't going to be super good because you're going to have Giannis and Luka for the next 7 years, right? So, like, I want the Lakers to do something, right? Like, again, just like, give me a minor move. It could be something small. It could be like, again, just so we know that Rob clearly has a plan, right? It's like, okay, boom. Like, at least we're starting to nudge in the right direction. At least we're starting to head in the right direction. Like, that's my hope. But it's so frustrating. Hopefully that ends up happening soon. But anyway, let's get into some super chat questions, some regular chat questions, all that stuff. Let's dive into some of this stuff. I'm going to pick up from where, because like as soon as we started doing this, it was all the Porzingis trade stuff. So I'll kind of pick it up from like here. Here we go. Yeah, this should be a good spot. All right, let's dive into it. I just want the Lakers to trade Gabe Maxey and DK. I don't care if it's Patrick Willis at this point. I mean, like, obviously, again, I don't want them to make a trade just to do something, right? Like, it needs to make sense. Like, Patrick Williams, sure, would make sense, but like his contracts, like, you got to get more than that. But like, if they were to get like Patrick Williams, Ayo Dosunmu, and like, Smith, right? Like, perfect. Like, I'd be totally okay with that. You got some athleticism, you got some size, you got some shooting, got a little bit of everything that you need. So my hope is that something like that comes along, something like that ends up happening. But again, like, I just want something, right? Like I said, I just want to see. Okay, there's like, Rob gets it. Rob knows the direction we need to go, right? Like, and not just that, but like, give us something to overhype, right? Like, like, you trade for Ayo Dosunmu. I'm just using him as an example, right? Let's say we trade for Ayo Dosunmu, right? We like that by itself probably isn't enough to move us to contention. Yes, it nudges us closer. Don't get me wrong, but like, and he's a great player and he could be phenomenal for the Lakers. But like, at least it gets us pumped, right? At least as a fan base, now we can hype up Ayo and we can talk about him like he's, the second coming, right? Like, it's like, oh my God, like, we got Ayo, it's over for the league, right? Like, give us that joy, like, give us that hype. And now, the fans are excited and bought in and reinvested. The locker room is bought because it's like, man, we just got Ayo. That could be a huge piece in our way. And but like, that's kind of what I want to see. Let's see. Fire Rob. Oh my God, I just signed an extension. So I don't think that's happening anytime. Wait, does it end tomorrow or is there still time? It ends tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're on the East Coast, that'd be 3 p.m. If you're like Central time, it'd be 2 p.m. So, Rob sleep on the job? I hope not. How do you feel about the Draymond rumors? If we're trading for him, I hate it. If he was to be traded to Milwaukee and then requests a buyout, because I don't think Milwaukee's going to keep him, and I don't think he's going to want to play in Milwaukee. If we can get Draymond off of a buyout, I'd be all over that. Draymond adds a lot to us. I made a video over on More As It Stands Lakers about Draymond and that whole situation. Like, if we can get him off a buyout, he'd be my top priority, even over like DeMar or anything like that, off a buyout, just because like his defense, his toughness, like obviously offensively, he doesn't really do much, but he gives you the physicality, gives you the toughness. Like, yeah, you're going to have to deal with his antics and stuff, but like him and Marcus Smart would just terrorize teams. Like, Draymond, Dylan Brooks, like guys like that, like you kind of just live with the good and the bad. But if we had to actually trade for Draymond, right? Like it doesn't make sense, right? Like if he was an expiring contract, I wouldn't hate it. Like let's say you turn, Gabe, let's say you turn Gabe, Maxi Kleba, and Dalton Connect into Draymond, and you opened up a couple roster spots, and Draymond expires in the offseason, and you could like sign him to a more reasonable deal, right? Then sure. But he makes $27 million next year, right? Like I don't like that. Like that's the thing. And is he gonna opt out of that? And then what? How much are you gonna pay him, right? Like, and he's getting old, right? Like, I don't want to sign him to a 5-year deal or something like that. Please, I just talking about that, right? Like, please trade Giannis already so we can make a trade, because that's my concern. Hire Bob Myers. Bob Myers is off the table. He is working for the ownership of the 76ers. So he's probably kicking Daryl Morey to the curb at some point. Bob Myers is working for the corporate side of like the like parent company or whatever. We should have traded for Buddy Hield and Turner when we had the Jets. I have said, I believe to this day, and obviously I don't have a way to prove it, but to this day, I believe if the Lakers traded for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, they would have won the championship that year, because they would have been much better equipped. You'd had bare minimum Anthony Davis, Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, and LeBron James. Lakers still would have had ways to make trades and assets and stuff like that. So you still could have gotten guys. Still could have gotten like a Rui or whatever. Probably still could have gotten D'Lo because Minnesota just wanted to get off of D'Lo. You still might have been able to do most of the stuff that you did, but you would have gotten into, and we saw how like the West wasn't that good, right? Like Lakers kind of ran through everybody except for the Nuggets, right? But in that Nugget matchup, that series was so close. And that's without Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. Imagine we had Buddy's Hield shooting and floor spacing and Miles Turner shot blocking and interior defense. Because then now we would have not just had Anthony Davis on an island solo against Jokic. We would have had Anthony Davis and Miles Turner together to slow down Jokic. I think the Lakers win that series. Like genuinely. I like to this day believe that the Lakers win that series. Obviously, again, I have no way to prove that, and we'll never know. But yeah, I agree. They should have traded for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner when they had a chance. And Rob did it. It was done. Rob had it done. Jeannie Buss is the one that vetoed that. Right? Like Jeannie Buss is the one that said, like, nah, I want to see what Darvin Ham can do with Russell Westbrook. Just come on. I swear, Tyler, if Gabe is traded, it'll be the biggest news than Giannis getting traded. It would make miracles for us. Seriously, I feel like Gabe just getting traded would work miracles. At least we're not as stressed as the Warriors. That's true. Even though they just got Porzingis, but we'll see how that goes. Tyler thinking he could have traded AR by now. What is Rob doing? I'm over here like, why is our cap space so bad? I mean, we have like 900,000 under the first. We're under the first apron. But we just had the contracts, right? You had Gabe and Kleba and Luka and like all these guys. Like Lakers were already strapped. So it's kind of one of those things where the Lakers didn't have a ton of cap space going into it, right? So, and you got Jake and you use your exceptions and stuff like that, and basically stayed $1 million under, a little less, but $1 million under the first apron. So you could go and do some things. What was that? Oh, nothing. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Nothing. All right. I said every time my phone vibrates or anything, I'm like, ugh. Let's see. More of the leather jacket, Rob. Come on. I know. Bye, Buddy and Kaminga. Yeah. Tingus Porzingis got a new home. Stupid trade. I don't hate it. Right? Like I was saying earlier, like I don't hate it. Like it's low risk, high reward. If he works, cool, you give him a new contract, figure it out. If he doesn't work, you're probably not winning anything regardless. Like I don't think that that's enough to move them into contention. Like I don't think that's enough to now they're like the best team in basketball, but like I think it's, it's a low risk, high reward move, gives you a starting center, which they haven't had in years, right? And then, next year, if Porzingis works out, you get Jimmy Butler back, Porzingis, you have like Steph, Pod, Jimmy, Draymond, and Porzingis. Like it's not terrible. Let's see. That's the problem is Porzingis is just so injury prone. The guy can't stay healthy. Like that guy, I mean, like you don't know if you're going to get 40 games from him. And then also he's not been healthy in the playoffs is the other problem. Love Reeves development. Just hate that he can't play defense. I mean, yeah, believe it or not, he's better than a lot of the guys on the team, but he's not that locked up. Like he just doesn't have the athleticism is the problem. Like he doesn't have like the speed and athleticism to where he can, stay in front of guys and stuff like that regularly. Making me so upset that other teams are making trades, but Lakers are not. I'm ready to grab my pitchfork. Problem is, like I mentioned this earlier in the live stream, none of the trades that have happened. I mean, the Kaminga one you could argue, but like I've always maintained the Warriors were never going to trade Kaminga to the Lakers. It would always had to have been a third team, right? Like so, Lakers would have gotten Kaminga as a third team. So even that trade, you could argue, like Lakers wouldn't have been able to get anybody. There hasn't been a trade that's happened that one makes sense for like who's been traded that you're like, man, I can't believe the Lakers missed out on that guy. Like they've all been like big names that didn't make sense for the Lakers anyway, or that they wouldn't have been able to trade for anyway. Or they've all been like salary dump trades. And it's a bunch of like random guys that the Lakers don't need anyway. Right? Like the only player that got moved that I see people like really upset about is Akaya Baji. But again, the Lakers never would have been able to do that trade. Like I saw a ton of people like, oh, Lakers instead of the Clippers should have done that. But the problem is the Lakers couldn't have. Lakers couldn't have gotten involved in that because they didn't have the cap space to absorb it. Lakers would have needed, like 8-10 million in cap space. They didn't have it. Just the problem. I guess technically they would have needed 2 million in cap space because they could have sent out Dalton Connect, right? Like, and if you're Brooklyn, it's like, why am I going to give you a Baji for free? Like, we can just absorb a Baji and then also get the second round pick and then just trade him to you now for a second or trade him to somebody else for a second, right? So there hasn't been a trade that the Lakers could actually do yet, right? So that's the only thing. Again, I'm not saying like Rob shouldn't get a trade, but there's nothing that has happened. Like there's nothing that's happened that I'm like, damn, the Lakers could have done that or the Lakers should have done that, right? Like we'll see. Obviously, again, if Ayo Dosunmu gets traded to Boston, like there's some talks about Boston and it's only for like a second round pick or something like that, then I'm going to be furious, right? Like, so it's just like, we'll see. Lakers can't do anything but watch. I mean, they don't have a ton of assets. That's the problem, right? Like, it sucks. Teams like the Hornets and Wizards are making more win now moves than Rob is trying to make us better. We're so lucky to have them have him as a GM. Thing is, too, is like one, all those teams have been terrible tanking teams for years, so they have a bunch of assets, right? Like, again, it's different. They have the cap space and they have the assets, right? Lakers don't have that right now. They will in the offseason, which is why the Lakers, like, ironically, most of the things that people are upset about right now that I've seen, like the common theme that people are bothered by, like with all these trades, all of those things can happen this offseason, right? Like, it's like, that's why Rob wants to get to the offseason. It's kind of making the argument to go into the offseason, right? But like, again, it's just like, can we do something? Can we do a minor trade? If Gabe is on this team by tomorrow, Rob should be fired. I'm not hearing no one out. Like, honestly, if Gabe is still on this team, I'd rather them play Bronny. Honest, like dead ass. Bronny is more athletic, right? It's not like Gabe is shooting the lights out and playing like super stellar offense, right? Like, so Bronny gives you everything Gabe gives you, but he's more athletic and he's better defensively. He's been better defensively. He's better. You can make, like, genuinely, not my opinion, like Bronny might be our best on ball, like ball pressure guard. Or not, he might, like he is, right? Like Jared Vanderbilt's really good, but like Bronny's really good because he has that athleticism and the speed and stuff like that. I would rather see them just like lean into Bronny and lean into the young guys, right? Like, like I said, go get Alonzo or something like that to fill your 15th roster spot, and then just let like Adu Thero, when he's back and healthy, just let him get as much run as possible. Let Bronny get as much run as possible. You might as well, because I mean, you don't, like, come playoff time, they don't have to play a ton, but you're going to shorten your rotation to probably 7 or 8, or, 8 guys, 9 guys anyway. So, once you get to during this regular season, I would just run the young guys as much as possible. Like, just let Bronny get as much run. He's going to have some games where you're like, dude, get this guy off the court. But so does Gabe Vincent. At least Bronny is the youngest player on the team. And if he can kind of take some strides into next season, he could be a great rotation player for the Lakers, right? Do the same thing with the Adu Thero. Let's see. Rob will be fired if he doesn't make a trade in the summer. In the summer, if Rob doesn't build a contender in the summer, then yes, I think he'll be fired. I don't think he'll be fired after this trade deadline. He just signed an extension, and the whole thing is to wait till the offseason. I imagine everyone's probably on board with the Lakers waiting in the offseason if Rob does nothing, right? But look, I've said this before, right? It's really going to come down to the offseason and if Rob knocks it out of the park. Fans have short-term memories, right? Like, fans are going to be pissed off. Fans are going to be upset between now and whatever. But if we get in the offseason, it's like, wow, Lakers just got Peyton Watson, Ayo Dosunmu, Keon Ellis, right? Traded for Nick Claxton, right? All of a sudden, it's like, dude, we might be the best team in basketball. Everyone will forget. No one will care about last year. Everyone will be focused on, like, man, what a team. Let's go. We got athleticism. We got youth. We got this. We got that. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, if Rob Pelinka hits, or if the Lakers actually do land Giannis. I mentioned that earlier, right? Like, if Lakers actually land Giannis, no one will care about this year. Like, no one's going to remember this year. No one's going to be like, yeah, they got Giannis, but remember last year? Like, no one's going to care. Everyone's going to be like, dude, let's go win the next 5 championships, right? Like, fans have a short memory when it comes. It's, what have you done for me lately? Like this time last trade deadline, everyone was talking about how Rob Pelinka is the greatest GM ever and got an absolute fleece. And oh my God, right? We got Luka Doncic. Give Rob a statue in the front of crypto. And blah 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 blah. Like again, things change. Life comes at you fast, right? This time last year, Rob was the greatest GM ever in existence. This year, the dude is an absolute bum and fire him, right? Like, so again, if Rob does right and he hits in the offseason, then people will be praising him again and he'll get the statues and stuff like that. So it's just, again, let's see. The Warriors are still trash. Nothing changes yet. I'm surprised Water is Wet isn't in here, right? He just got Porzingis. Like, I would think he'd be in here trying to gloat and talk. Then we missed out on Kaminga. Yeah. Again, Lakers do nothing, just the rejects. Again, like I said, there's a lot of time between now and the trade deadline. Again, they very well might do nothing, but there is still a lot of time. A lot of time. I'm not expecting anything, nor should you. It's one of those things. Like expect the worst, hope for the best. Right? If you don't have your expectations, you can't be disappointed. They will get something in the buyout market. They'll definitely get something in the buyout because they have to fill their 15th roster spot. So they'll get somebody in the buyout market. But again, a buyout guy, unless it's like DeMar DeRozan, right? If like the Lakers land DeMar DeRozan, like that could be a difference. Like genuinely, like that could be a difference maker. Problem is, he just doesn't shoot the three ball particularly well, but like he could be a difference maker. But like, the problem is we're probably going to go into the offs. We're probably going to go into the trade, get past the trade deadline, sign like Lonzo, and he's going to be like, man, we got Lonzo back, brought him home. And look, I'd love to have Lonzo on a vet minimum. Obviously, the offense really isn't there, but defense, rebounding. I mean, he's Jared Vanderbilt, but at the guard position, right? And I've said, you know what the Lakers could really use? Another Jared Vanderbilt, right? I think Lonzo either goes to the Lakers or he goes to the Hornets to go play with his brother. Lakers aren't making any trades tomorrow. It's very possible. Every time I hear another trade being made, and it's not the Lakers, piss me off. Rob is cooked after the season if he does make a move. I mean, like I said, there hasn't been something yet that has happened that I'm like, oh man, I can't believe the Lakers missed out on that. Nor has there been a trade where it's like, oh man, how did the Lakers not do that? But again, we'll see. We'll see how things kind of take their self up. The more we know. Coming out the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Can't believe Rob is still waiting, still walking, man. The Warriors trade is ass, but at least they got Tingus Porzingis. But I got Rob digging in his nose right now. Again, that's the thing. Like, I want to be patient. Right? Like, believe me, I want to grab my pitchfork like the rest. Right? It's frustrating. And the fan in me, don't get me wrong, the fan in me is frustrated, right? I want to see the Lakers do something, but I want to wait for the end result. Again, last year is a great example. I had a lot of people coming at me going like, dude, Tyler, like, why aren't you criticizing Rob? Why aren't you talking more about Rob? And I was like, I want to wait and see what the end result is. Like, I can't come up here and be like, Rob is the worst GM ever. He's absolutely trash. Fire the guy. And then he goes and does something crazy and pulls a rabbit out of his hat. And now I look stupid. And he ended up going and getting Luka Doncic. So I'm really glad that I did that. So again, same thing. I want to wait until the end result. Obviously, look, you guys are fans. Go have at it. You guys can do it. But as somebody that has to keep cooler heads, I talk about the pendulum swing. I gotta let the cooler heads prevail. Right? I want to wait and see. I know that it feels like in 5 minutes the trade deadline's over, but we got a lot of time. I mean, there's so much that can happen between now and then. And again, right this second, Rob could be hanging up the phone to make a trade, right? Like to finalize a trade. I'm not saying he will. I don't know either way, but I'm hoping something gets done. I'm hoping the Lakers pull off something. I'm not expecting, like I said, I'm not expecting a big sexy trade. I'm not expecting a big move. I'm not expecting anything where I'm like, like, oh my God, Laker, I can't believe that was an absolute steal. I'm just, again, can you just give me, a solid move or two where we're like, man, that was it. Like, that was great. At least, like I said, give me a move that makes me know that like Rob at least gets it and understands the direction we need to go and how we need to move and how we need to operate, stuff like that. That's what I want to see. So I don't know. We will see. We will see how this all plays out. But again, thank you so much, Super Chat. Seriously, really appreciate that. None of that is good, bro. Yeah, I think this is where I was at. Perfect. Wait, what is he coming here? Yeah, no, it was. Turns out it was nothing, which is disappointing. Kaminga to the Hawks, y'all. Yeah. Um, I just again like they're gonna pay him to come off the bench, right? But I don't think that they're gonna salary dump him. So clearly, I was hoping that there would be picks or something announced in that because then I would have been like, ooh, maybe you could go trade Kaminga, but doesn't seem to be. Um, the Lakers clock will keep ticking, fall off the wall, and break without any trades. The Lakers are still playing checkers while the rest of the league is playing 3D chess. I mean, like I said, we'll see what the end result is, but it's frustrating. Pelinka waiting for Giannis like a clown. It'll be Luka, Giannis, and bum role players, quality role players plus championship. I mean, Lakers, depending on how they shape up that Giannis trade and stuff, they would have like, I mean, okay, look at it like this. Let's say the Lakers just absorb Giannis, right? Say like they just send picks and just absorb Giannis. Let's say they have to get off Austin Reeves. You'd essentially have Giannis, Luka, Marcus Smart, Jake LaRavia, Jackson Hayes, Adu Thero, Bronny James. Who else am I missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody else. Oh, DeAndre Ayton, right? So you'd have at least 8 players. And then it's just kind of, you'd still have your exceptions, and then you'd still have a couple million in cap space that they probably preserve. So you're signing, probably 3 vet minimums, and because you'd also have to take on Thanasis. So that'd give you, so you basically have like 10 players. So you're signing like 3 vet minimums, maybe, and then getting an exception guy or two. So yeah, that's essentially what it'd be. But I mean, it's not bad, right? Like, what would your starting 5 be? Like Luka, Marcus Smart, Jake LaRavia, Giannis, and Ayton. Probably something like that. Depending on who you get with your exception. Could you maybe get like an Io or a Keon Ellis with your exception and then go like Luka, Keon, right? I don't know. If they land Giannis, my problem is I don't think they're going to. This is the issue. But never say never. Rui DK a first for Jarrett Allen, Larry Nance Jr., and then trade Ayton in a second for Mathurin. I would love that. I've talked about that very heavily. So supposedly, the Chicago Bulls offered Nikola Vucevic and a first for Jarrett Allen, which is essentially the same trade. Rui DK'd and a first for Jarrett Allen. And the Cavs rejected it. So I don't know if that can get Jarrett Allen is the problem, right? Because if it could, I'd imagine the Lakers probably do it. And they probably would have taken, unless they just value Rui more, like if they like Rui more, right? But I don't know. Is Pelinka waiting LeBron to want out and being traded this afternoon? Look, I think if you're LeBron, I think you request a trade to the Cavs. And I guarantee you the Cavs would do it. Like genuinely. Like if Rob Pelinka's not going to do anything, and I'm not one of those Laker fans that like want LeBron gone or anything. Like I like LeBron. I love LeBron, right? Like I said, I'd love to see him win another championship with the Lakers, right? All of that, right? But LeBron only has so many years left, right? LeBron, like his clock is ticking, just like the Lakers, right? So if I was LeBron and Rob's like, hey, I'm probably gonna do nothing, I'd be like, okay, I need you to trade me to the Cavs. And do a pack like Jarrett Allen. And problem is, like, if they had Hunter, you could have just done like Jarrett Allen and DeAndre Hunter for LeBron and been straight. But you'd probably have to find a multi-team trade anyway. So figure that out. Figure out that 3-team trade and get Jared Allen and some other pieces or something. Let the Cavs figure that out. The New York Knicks are trading Gershon Yabusele to the Chicago Bulls for Dalen Terry. They've been trying to get off of Yabusele for a while. Supposedly they offered to the Spurs and the Spurs rejected it, turned it down. Interesting. But so if I'm LeBron, I'm asking out. If I'm LeBron, I'm going like, hey, like it's time for me to go. Right? Because you could go to the Cavs in the offseason, but like, why? Like, you trade them, now they got Bird. Like, if I'm LeBron, I'm get me out of here now. I mean, you can make an argument, like, let's say the Lakers do go trade for Andrew Wiggins. You can make an argument LeBron would still have a better chance of winning the championship with the Cavs in the East. Cavs are probably the best team in the Eastern Conference, right? I mean, Cavs might be the best team in the Eastern Conference now just with the moves that they've made, right? And then you add in LeBron, they're probably coming out of the East. Right? Unless, obviously injuries and stuff like that, but they're probably coming out of the East. So, I mean, if I was LeBron, honestly, I'd be like, dude, Rob, trade me to the Cavs. I just don't think he will. I think he's going to stick it out and kind of see what happens. But I would, if I was him. Damn. No. That reminded me of Family Guy. Seriously, how does he keep his job after doing nothing, Tyler? I mean, again, you'd be surprised. Wait till tomorrow. I think we are doing a trade or two. I mean, look, a lot can happen. There's a lot that can happen between now and then. Knicks trade before we were cooked. Every single person that was on our target list are getting traded one by one. Slowly but surely, yes. Tyler, the live streams are causing trades, just not Laker trades. LOL. It's the opposite of what we want. I know. I came to do a live and hoping that we'd get a Lakers trade, and I must have crossed the signals, across the streams. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, please. If you haven't yet, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. Subscribe, like, all of that stuff. Regardless of what happens, I will, once the trade deadline and everything's over, I will do a live stream tomorrow as well. So I have a live stream tomorrow. Hopefully we're talking about trades. And then obviously the post-game stream. Tyler would use the first round pick on Wiggins or Allen. I mean, I wouldn't hate it if they did. The problem is the Lakers don't want the money next season, right? And Wiggins and Allen both are $30 million next year. Allen's $28 million. Wiggins is like, I think, 29 and some change. So basically both $30 million next year, which is why. So I think the Lakers are looking. I mean, again, they had to give up an asset to get off of a Darius Garland. Now, granted, they got an all-star back in James Harden, but it's like Lakers are looking at it and going like, you want a first for Jared Allen, and he's going to make $120 million on his new extension that kicks in next season. Like, we have to pay that. And then, same thing with Wiggins. They're looking at it as like, dude, the only reason you want to trade Wiggins is to clear salary or to try to get a Giannis trade, right? So, again, it's tough. Let's see. Let's see. The Bucks don't want Golden State stuff yet. It's kind of what it seemed like. We need to at least trade Dalton, even if it's just a second round pick, because we at least open a roster spot. The problem is that probably not a lot of teams that want, you look at kind of the new trend. Like, usually it's like, even the young guys, it's like, hey, give us an asset, right? Like, to the Lakers be able to turn Dalton Connect even into 1 second, I don't think teams are going to sign up for that, right? Like, unless there's a team that just likes the upside of Dalton and are like, man, he was a 17th pick last year, and we can get him for a second, like maybe, but call OKC. right? Be like, hey, you want to do what you did with the 76ers for Jared McCain? Hey, let's do the same thing for Dalton Connect, and we'll you don't even have to give us a first. Just give us like 2 seconds or 3 seconds or something like that. Maybe they do it. Right? Because they need cheap young talent anyway. So let's see. I just want Lonzo in the buyout market, man. Bring him back home. I mean, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't hate Lonzo. Obviously, the offense is a bit concerning, but he does so much of like the things that the Lakers need. Like I said, he's basically Jared Vanderbilt at the guard position, right? Is what he is. So I would love to bring him back if you can. If you can get him back involved and stuff, why not? Let me see. Oh, there we go. Oh shoot! Hang on, give me a second. There we go. All right, perfect. I don't know why that. There we go. Anyway, all right, let's get back here. You want Lonzo? Hell no. Again, for a vet minimum, it's low risk, high reward. His playmaking would be huge. All of the Lakers transition comes from LeBron. Like LeBron is like I think it's 87%, like something crazy like that. Like LeBron is basically our only transition. Lonzo with his look ahead pass and being able to kind of push the pace has some value in that regard. His defense, he still has the defense. I mean, he's still averaging like 2.5 steals per 36 or something like that. Like he still does a lot, rebounds well. He's size. I'd rather have Lonzo Ball than Gabe Vincent. He's bigger, more athletic, and better defensively. Right? Obviously, he's not the Lonzo that we saw in like when he first went to Chicago and stuff like that. Let's see, searching to find some of me. If the Lakers sign Giannis, what money would Lakers have left to sign qualifying players? It'll be like signing Braun again. Not necessarily, right? Like again, it depends. And they wouldn't sign him. They would trade for him. So again, it just depends. The problem is we don't know how much cap space the Lakers will actually have, right? Because we don't have the actual numbers yet. That won't happen till the actual offseason. So it's projected that we'd have about 55 million. So you should have all your full exceptions and stuff like that. You should be under the second apron. So again, it's kind of hard to properly answer that because we don't know exactly how much space, and that's not counting if the Lakers add players and stuff like that. Like LeBron, you're just signing out, right? But like Giannis, you're probably throwing in a guy or two. You're probably knocking down some of that number, to where I don't know, you have like 10 million in cap space or something along those lines. Oh, okay, it's just Shams going on ESPN. All right, good. But yeah, let's see. Giannis is probably very unlikely, yes. Lonzo provides good playmaking for other players on our team, plus defense. I want Bronny to be a backup shooting guard. We just need defense and athleticism out on the perimeter. Like I'd rather have Lonzo than Gabe. What's breaking news is Luka is frustrated with the Lakers front office. He wants to win now. That came from like that. What is it, like Greg Mannix or something like that? Like it's a fake account. It's a parody account. It's one of those accounts that like just says stuff like every night. Like you go look at like their tweets every night. They're like, "Oh, don't go to sleep." Shams just said, like they're one of those accounts. Like it's the only source. I saw people sharing that and I was like, wait, like where did that come from? So I like looked into it and I was like, oh, it's not real. It's fake. I'd imagine the Lakers have talked to Luka. Like I don't think I imagine the Lakers are discussing with Luka. I want Chris Manning more than Lonzo. Sorry, I was saying 2017. I would too, but the Lakers just aren't going to do that. I just don't think that. Yes. Thank you, Blucka. Yeah, go subscribe to my NBA channel. I really need to start promoting that because I created it and I haven't really promoted it. So, Blucka, if you're still here, can you like repost that? Because it's been a while. I'd really appreciate that. If not, I can do it in a minute. I don't know if you're still here or not, but if not, I'll post it in a minute. But yeah, go subscribe. It's just As It Stands NBA. So if you can, go subscribe to As It Stands NBA. I need to get my subscriber count up. I need to get my views up. I'm almost monetized on that channel, so go watch those videos. I need to do a better job of posting on it. I like created it like at the beginning of the month, and then just thank you, Blucka. Appreciate you. Thank you, buddy. And then I really need to start posting more. I really need to start doing more. So anyway, I've been posting regularly on that channel. So if you would go subscribe to that channel, I would greatly appreciate it. What do you think about a first for Grizzlies wing Jalen Wells? I would love it. Grizzlies supposedly like that's their future. Like that's the guy that they want is the problem. Like that's the guy that they're like building around right now. If Lakers get Najee Marshall and Gafford, I will celebrate. I feel like it's a great pickup. Gafford, rim protector. Yeah, I mean, I would love it too, but supposedly the path reports came out this morning that like the path with Dallas is basically a no-go. I saw somebody mention Colin Sexton. I wouldn't hate that. Right? If you did like Gabe and Maxey for Colin Sexton and opened up a roster spot so you could get Sexton and something else. Right? Like if that's all they did, I wouldn't hate that. It's not like obviously the greatest thing, but like that would be cool. I'd be okay with it. Gives you the athleticism, some scoring off the bench. Quality role players equals championship. Lakers won't win a championship without good role players, even if hypothetically Lakers sign Giannis. Yeah, but you also need stars to win championships, right? Like, you look at these teams, like, yeah, you don't necessarily need Giannis level star, but like even OKC last year, right? Like Chet is, an all-star type player. And then Jalen Williams is, I mean, dude, that guy might be a top 15 player, right? Like, you go back like Steph, Clay, and Draymond, right? Like, I mean, again, you don't necessarily need a superstar. I mean, stars win championships. Otherwise, teams like Brooklyn and, these other teams would be really good. They're not, right? Like, you need the stars. The stars are what wins the championships. You just need the right complementary pieces and role players. Role players do the dirty work so the stars can lead you home, right? Like, the role players are, like, if you have the car, like, if you look at a car, right? Like, the star is the engine. The role players are like the wheels, the gas, like things like that. You need the stars. But yeah. My dear, that Giannis doesn't, or I'm assuming my fear is that Giannis doesn't get traded tomorrow. Lakers won't do nothing. It's exactly same thing. I am right there with you. I'm like, oh, like I can just see it. Giannis doesn't get traded, and then therefore Lakers don't do anything. It's kind of where I'm at too. Because Lakers will believe that they can get. It's the Kawhi Leonard situation all over again. Let's see. Lakers got to make the right trade. That makes sense. You want Luka to be your future, make the right move. Yeah, I mean, that's the key too. Again, I still don't want a trade just to make a trade. Trade has to make sense. The Lakers make the right trade and the right moves, right? Like, no trade is better than a bad trade. I still stand by that. But if the Lakers can do something, then that would be great. I would love that. When does the trade deadline start? Do you mean when does it end? Because it ends tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're on the East Coast, it'd be 3 p.m. If you're Central time, it'd be 2 p.m. So like for me, it's 2 p.m. I wish we could just do a trade to get Wiggins and Ayo, a 3-team trade. I would love that. I mean, even if it's not a 3-team trade, even if you just, trade to get Wiggins and then, trade your first to get Wiggins and then trade your second for Ayo. Sign me up. Like I said, those two guys might be enough to put us over the top. With Luka and LeBron and everything like that. Because it not only do you And you'd open up roster spots too. So you'd be able to get other guys. But not only would you get those guys, but you'd also slot guys like into more natural roles. Fire Rob tonight, make a trade tomorrow. Kind of hard to make a trade if you don't have GM. Who do you think Giannis will go to? I really like the basketball fan in me wants him to go to Minnesota. I would love to see him and Anthony Edwards together. I've said it. It's the closest thing we would get to it's the closest thing we'd get to like a modern day Kobe and Shaq. Right? I would love to see it. Right? But I think Miami, if they can make some moves, especially if he ends up going into the offseason, Miami can do some things in the offseason to make more enticing packages and stuff. Kind of feels like it's going to end up being like Miami or Minnesota. It's kind of where it feels like he's going. Honestly, I want him to stay out east because then at least the Lakers don't have to worry about him. Like you don't have to worry about like playing through him. Another concern I have now is that now that the Warriors are off the board, that the Lakers are going to look at this and go like, ooh, that's one less competition, right? Like, it's just like, please don't do that. Days coming out $2 for chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Someone get Tyler a Dr. Pepper. I know, right? Seriously. Need it. I need it. I need a Dr. Pepper and a nap. That's what I need. You're not yourself when you're hungry, Tyler. Which I actually am. I am hungry. But yeah, I do. I definitely need a Dr. Pepper. Like, I need some trades. I need a trade and a Dr. Pepper. Right? I want to be able to give me a trade so I can be like, oh, that's great. Boom. Take a nap. The problem is we're at like this, like the problem is I'm not gonna sleep today, which sucks because I'm gonna be up all night because I mean we've had Laker trades happen at like 12 p.m. Pacific time. I'm just like like I know I'm gonna be up all night and it sucks. Like it does. But anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you, Dave. Seriously. Yes, somebody give me a Dr. Pepper. Oh, here it was. I don't really think the Knicks are going to get him. I think the Knicks had their chance this offseason and they blew it. So that's the problem. Let's see. Yeah, Kaminga to Atlanta. If we could get at least 2 new guys, that would be good. Yeah, exactly. I don't need anything crazy. Just give me a couple, just give me 2 solid moves, right? Sorry, trying to find something to me. Ooh, darn it. Come on. Oh. There we go. I don't know why that happened. There we go. Shoot. I lost my spot. Damn it. Hang on a second. I need to get back to my spot. Oh, come on. StreamYard is frustrating. I don't know. I don't want to go because if I click that, it'll go back to that. Anyway, all right, I'll just pick back up where I was at. Bro, stop giving Pelinka credit for Luka. It was Nico's idea. Even if it was Nico's idea, Rob Pelinka still had to negotiate it, still had to, get it done. He could have easily fumbled it and botched it, right? Like, you come to me with a good deal, it's still my job to close. You come to me with a good deal, like it's still my job not to get fleeced, right? Like, again, the reports came out that they originally wanted everything. Nico wanted, he was like, yeah, I'll give you Luka, but I want everything. He wanted Rob and both first and Austin Reeves and Max Christie and Dalton Connect and all that stuff. Like, he wanted everything. Rob got that down to where it was like, it was Lakers were able to keep a first, able to keep Austin Reeves, able to keep things, right? Like, so again, Pelinka deserves credit, whether you came to me or not, right? Like if you went to your job, like if somebody comes and brings something to the door for you, right? If you're a car salesman, right? And somebody comes in and goes, "Hey, I want to buy this car. I've had my eyes on it for a while." It's still your job to close the sale, right? Do you not get credit for closing the sale, right? Do you not get, praise for, "Hey, man, good job, good sale today," right? Like, of course you do, right? Like, but you didn't go out. It's not like you went out to the street and grabbed some random guy and was like, "Hey, dude, come buy this car," and sold the guy. No, like, most trades happen that way, right? It's a two-way street, right? Like Rob Pelinka calls somebody and goes, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And they either agree or they disagree. Another team calls Rob and goes, "Hey, what do you think about this?" and agree or disagree. So no GM ever should get any credit for any trade ever, right? Like no trades ever should get, do not. So then don't criticize GMs for not doing trades, right? You can't have it both ways. Either like Rob did good on the Luka trade, great job, right? But that doesn't mean he didn't do bad in other areas. That doesn't mean he didn't have bad trades in other areas. So to say like stop giving Luka or Pelinka, or I don't know why keep saying Luka, to say stop giving Pelinka praise is silly, right? Because again, you can't like Pelinka's a trash GM and he's terrible, and then when he does good, go like, oh, that wasn't him. Like, no, he still had to do it. They easily could have shucked him. If Nico leaves that room, right, like, and even whispers to somebody else, Lakers aren't getting Luka, right? Rob deserves praise. He deserves credit for that. Like, again, like, it's okay to be like, "Hey, he did really good here." Like, you can hate Rob Pelinka. You can think he's the worst GM ever and be like, "Man, he knocked the Luka trade out of the park," right? Like, both can be true. Like, he did really good on the Luka trade, but he's done terrible in other areas, right? Like, so again, to say like stop giving Pelinka credit, like he does deserve credit, right? He did do good in that job. Let's see, man, Lakers. I know I feel it. Luka trade was a move to make the Lakers relevant again as LeBron was about to retire, and Lakers are the biggest franchise in the world. Luka was a gift from Nico, and the NBA gave the Mavs Cooper as comp. I mean, I don't know. There's some pretty bad GMs in this world. That's what Silver's told you. What are Mavs doing with Uncle Drew? Supposedly he's part of their future. They want to keep him. Supposedly they view him as a foundation, which I get to an extent. Would you ever do an As It Stands NBA live stream? Absolutely. But I need to get that channel right first. I need to get like I said, I need to get more subscribers, and I need to get the monetization on and everything like that, because then YouTube pushes it more and stuff. Otherwise, it's just going to be you and me, JB, in that live stream. So, again, go subscribe to As It Stands NBA. I'd greatly appreciate that, and so I can get that. Like I said, I'm pretty close. I need so watch the videos, help me out over on there. I really do need to start promoting it more, which I probably should have promoted it leading into the trade deadline, because it probably would have been really easy to do what I need to do with that channel. I just caught up with everything else. And it's not monetized. So I'm like, do I really want to do that? Like, cause I'm like, oh, I can make 5 videos over there and it's for nothing. Or I can make 5 videos over here and then, feed my kids. Draymond would be, man, be another, what's his name? Jordan Poole. I don't even see why Giannis would want to be a Warrior. He only has so much time left with Curry before in the same position. But that's probably why. I mean, you could make an argument Curry's probably the best fit in the league next to Giannis. Because Curry doesn't really, like, obviously he's great with the ball, but he doesn't need the ball. Like, Steph is arguably scarier off ball than on ball. So, like Giannis can still do his thing. And, like, it's why, like, a Ja Morant, I don't think makes sense with Giannis. Because, like, teams will just pack the paint and trust that Giannis and Ja aren't going to shoot the lights out, right? But, like, Steph, right? That's why, like, Damian Lillard made sense. It was just the wrong stage of Dame's career. Like, if that was, like, 27-year-old Dame, the Bucks might have been terrifying, right? But Dame was at the stage of his career where he wasn't as consistent. He didn't have like, he was even slower than he was even at times. Like, again, you need that kind of thing. People asking for Water's Wet. Like I said, I'm surprised Water's Wet isn't in here because, let's see. Kaminga going for Porzingis is crazy. Lakers could have gave more and picks, but that's the thing. Like who would the Warriors want? Like Lakers don't have anybody that's better than a healthy Porzingis. I mean, outside of like LeBron, and I'm talking about like Rui's not better than a healthy Porzingis, right? Like, so like you give up a pick? Like, you're giving up a first for Kaminga? Like, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like you really gonna pay a first for Jonathan Kaminga, a guy that has like no value? Like, Porzingis made no sense for Atlanta. He makes some sense for the Warriors. It's like, worst case scenario, we're gonna lose Kaminga regardless. Like it's like who and why would the Warriors want to trade Kaminga to the Lakers? You know what I mean? Look, don't be surprised if obviously we'll see if Kaminga signs a new contract with Atlanta, but supposedly Kaminga wanted to go to the Lakers, right? His agent and everybody wanted him to go to the Lakers. And has a team option next season. So Lakers very well could end up getting him still either in the offseason or the following year, 2027, because supposedly he wanted to go to the Lakers. Play DK. They did. JJ Redick, to JJ's credit, he gave DK a ton of opportunities to turn it around, and he just hasn't. Like Dalton Connect was averaging like 18 minutes a game or something like that the first 20 games of the season. Like he was playing he was starting and stuff, right? Because we had injuries and stuff. Like JJ Redick's done everything he can to try to get Dalton Connect going, try to get him right and back, and he hasn't been able to. And that's the problem. And it's not even so much his shooting. It's his defense. He's a liability defensively. He's not Lakers aren't in a position where they can kind of just let him suck, right? It's like if he's not shooting the lights out, then he's awful, right? Like he's averaging on the season 12 minutes per game. He started one game, right? But like I said, earlier in the season, he was averaging 18, I believe. He's just now been basically out of the rotation in garbage time. So I just want to prove that it was that. So it's just, again, he's done. I hate it. And the problem is he's going to go to a new team and he's going to check back in and he's going to be great, right? Because the Lakers killed him when they traded him. Is 3 picks worth Jaden McDaniels? It might be. I mean, you're talking about he's what, 25? You're talking about arguably the best perimeter defender in basketball. He's 6'9", athletic, versatile guy. I mean, he's one of the top end guys. Let's see. Lakers just got a player back that is averaging 26.6 points per game. Consider that a trade. That's probably what Rob's going to say. It's probably what Rob's going to do. Bro, what is this news about Hayes punching a mascot? The only Lakers headline. I guess he pushed the mascot. To be honest, I don't really know. I saw the headline and I was like, who cares? So I didn't really read the article, but supposedly it was in Toronto, I think, right? He pushed the mascot or something like that. And that's a big no-no. Don't tell Rob that. Yeah, exactly. Cleveland needs their players for LeBron next year. I mean, again, you could go trade for LeBron right now, and then you have more flexibility. Will Clay get bought out? I would be pretty surprised. I'd be pretty shocked if he gets bought out, unless he just takes an insane amount of money, like discount. right? Because he's due quite a bit. He's due like what 34, 35 million, something like that. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do that because he has another year on his contract. Let's see. Do a couple more questions and I'm scanning. I probably go about 6 more minutes. So we at least did like an hour and a half. Really think LeBron would do the Lakers solid like that when Rob wouldn't even make a trade to win this year. It's like LeBron wouldn't really. It'd be for LeBron's sake, right? Like again, like what? So LeBron's just gonna ride this season and then go into next year. Like anything could happen. You know what I mean? Like he's getting older, right? Like you don't like LeBron doesn't have much time left, and the last few playoffs he's not been healthy. Right? Like last year's playoffs, the dude was like hobbled and on one leg and getting injections and stuff like that. Like again, like LeBron's not in a position where it's like, like I can kind of just spend this year. Like it's not even doing a solid for Rob. Like, because you're not going to get an insane return for LeBron, but like Jared Allen and some like random pieces, like loop a third team in, like, sure. You know what I mean? Like, maybe expand the trade to work it out. But for the most part, it's like, Dorian Finney-Smith has been injured since he left. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Like to Rob's credit, like he bailed out of that. Right? Lakers ain't doing anything tomorrow. I don't trust Rob. He's a bum. It's very possible that they don't do nothing. I mean, that's a very real avenue here. I don't understand why they don't play Chris Menon either. Like the guy looks like a peak Alex Caruso in the G League. I just got reports. Mark Silent, Golden State Warriors are likely out of Giannis. Yeah, the dude is like literally the guy's like looks like the best perimeter defender ever. He's like a prime Tony Allen out there. It's crazy. He could potentially be exactly what the Lakers need. You think the Lakers will make a trade? I do. I still do. I think it'll be something small though. I don't think it'll be anything like crazy. Like I don't think it'll be a sexy trade. Like I do. I like based on the general consensus seems to be either the Lakers are going to do like a small trade where they get like a bunch of guys, or they're going to do nothing. Right? Like the news seems to be leaning one way or another. Like the news seems to be like Lakers are going to do like whatever, a Nets trade, and they're going to get 3 or 4 guys from the Nets, or they're going to do nothing, right? Like it doesn't seem like the Lakers are just going to like, let's just go get Ayo Dosunmu and then that's it. Like it could be, again, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not in the war room with Rob, but that's kind of what it's leaning towards right now. Jake Weinbach is saying that Giannis is probably going to stay in Milwaukee. Yeah, I mean they've been saying that for the last couple of days, but the problem is you need full confirmation. Like you need basically Giannis to just be like, like, hey, I'm sticking it out. Can Rob please get Day'Ron Sharpe, Kobe Buffkin? Yeah, Kobe Buffkin. Dude, I want to talk about Kobe Buffkin so bad, but like we're in all this trade rumor stuff. Like I have like a few things that I want to talk about. That's just like, again, we're in the mix of the trade rumor thing. So I like it doesn't make sense because it's just going to get lost in translation. It's not going to do very good. So I'm like, man, trust me, I'm going to have a Kobe Buffkin video coming up like in a day or two, right? We got to get through the trade deadline stuff. Once we get through the trade deadline stuff, then I'll go and start talking the Kobe Buffkin stuff and all that stuff. But like, man, Day'Ron Sharpe, yeah. Again, can you get a Day'Ron Sharpe, Zaire Williams, right? Like that would, to me, would just be beautiful. Beautiful. Is what I want to see. So, but anyway, appreciate you. Thank you again so much for the super chat. Big Zoo to Indiana Pacers, Jake O. Fisher. Jake O. Fisher saying that might happen. Didn't they sit him out? They set Zoo out, right? Everyone's an analysis. Yeah. Everyone has an insider. Everyone has a source. Everyone has everything. Like, again, don't worry. Just know I am not an insider. I am not a reporter. So Ask the Bulls for Sexton and Io. Yeah, I would love something like that. They can't aggregate Sexton though, so you'd have to do like individual. It'd have to be like separate trades. Which I mean, you could figure that out. You trade for one and then trade for the other. Bro, I appreciate how you read the chat. So many creators don't engage with the people when they start blowing up. I mean, look, I've talked about this before. Look, I love talking to the chat, right? But you also got to keep in mind, like, because I've had people like come in the stream and be like, "Man, I love that." Like, same thing. I love that you read the chat. And you don't just do super chats because like Lakers Nation. Like, I always have questions and they don't answer because I can't do super chats, stuff like that. You got to keep in mind, like, they're huge, right? Like, at some point, I'll probably be, I love engaging. Like, to me, I say it all the time. Like, to me, I do the live streams, not for like the super chats and stuff like that. Like, I don't really make money from the live streams because I'm not big enough. Like, but I love being able to talk, right? Like, comments, it's hard, like I got so much going on. Like, I got to stop and get through the comment. Like, this is like, we can in real time have a conversation. Like, I love it. I enjoy it. And I want to go through this, but they're like, at some point, right? Like, because again, if people are paying, you got to prioritize them, right? Like, you'd feel the same way, JB. If, dude, Tyler, I gave you $5 and you're talking to, you spent 30 minutes talking to everyone else, but me who gave you $5, right? Like, again, it's kind of that thing where like, it's got to take priority. It's got to take precedence. I'm not big enough to where like I'm lucky. Like, I have live streams all the time where I don't even get a super chat. Again, it's not, I care less. I don't do it for the super chats, but I'm saying like, you get to a certain point, like Lakers Nation has like 500,000 subs, right? They get like thousands of people in their live streams, right? So it's like, if, they're getting flooded with those type of comments and stuff, right? The super chat comments and stuff, right? So like, they have no choice. They have to do that. Like, so again, it's understanding scale, right? Like, at some point I'll be there, but I do still want to find a way. You know what I mean? If I have to go a little longer, whatever, or like do a super chat question and then like answer, a handful of regular questions and then do a super chat question. Like, I don't know. I am so far from that point. Right. Again, I am incredibly far from that point. We will figure it out when I get to that point. So it's one of those things we'll worry about that then. But, again, it's like, when you get to a certain scale, it's one of those things, right? Like, you have, I mean, again, if you're paying for it, I have to account for that. You know what I mean? So again, it's just things like that to keep in mind. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that hangs out with me. I appreciate everybody that like, I mean, we have 350 people in the stream. That's crazy to me. When I first started this, I would have like 3 people. I would have been like, this is amazing, right? Like, I have 350. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful. So this is, again, the live streams are my way of like kind of giving back, right? Like, hey, let's talk. I try to go through as much as I can. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get through everyone's comments, but I try to get through as, spend an hour, 2 hours, whatever. But again, appreciate you. Cosman, coming out $2 for that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This will either be 2023 or 2024 deadline, 1,000%. That's kind of how that's what it seems. Again, like, you always get reports, right? Like, you get a report that's like Lakers are going to do nothing, and you get a report that the Lakers are going to do everything. You're always going to get those 2 different pooling sides. To me, it's like, what is the general consensus, right? What is the 2, like, because usually it's in the middle, right? So it's like there's 2 sides of every story. Usually it's in the middle. That's kind of the same thing with like the trade, with like the reporting. So it's like, you have one side that's very heavy of like, hey, Lakers are going to do nothing. And then you have another side that's very heavy of like, Lakers are going to, like, they're not going to make a big sexy move, but they're going to do something, right? Like, they're going to try turn Gabe and Maxey and Dalton into something, right? So that, again, like, where is it? Like, it's probably in the middle. It's either Lakers are going to do nothing or they're going to do, a bunch of, like you said, it's either going to be 2023 and we get 4, 5, 6 new players. Maybe we get 3 guys at the trade deadline and 1 or 2 in the buyout market. or it's going to be 20, like where nothing happens, right? Lakers just essentially pack it in and just go like, hey, better luck next year. But appreciate you, Cosman. Seriously. Let's see. This summer seems quite empty on good options. I wonder if they have a chance at making good, reasonable trades. With what's left, teams will see struggles and will expect Rob to overpay. So there's a couple things about that, right? Like there are some options, right? Like where does Io DeSumo go? Keon Ellis, I still think is a real option this offseason. Like Lakers don't need stars, right? Like if you're a team looking for like elite high-end guys, yes, this is not a good offseason. But if you're looking for just those complementary role players around your stars, there's quite a bit of options. Right? Like again, you got a handful, if not more, and that's not counting the restricted free agent guys. The big question that I've seen people do is like oh, you're not going to get any of the restricted free agents. Okay, well, even if you don't, there's still the trade options. And again, most of the trades that have happened have all been a team getting assets and taking on salary, right? And it's been got like Akaya Baji. Imagine if that happened in the offseason. I'm the Lakers. I can get Akaya Baji and a second, right? Like those options are almost always there. In the offseason, there's going to be teams that are going to need to get off this young guy and you can get a second for it, right? So it's going to really boil down to, Rob making that work, right? So, again, Rob's like what you do ideally is you sign a couple guys to take the pressure off, right? Lakers going in the offseason, if they try to make a trade right away, then yes, teams are going to go like, well, okay, now we can fleece the Lakers. But if you do something where Dub's plan to keep Draymond, if you do something where, you sign an Io and Keon, let's say, now you take some of the pressure off because now it's like, okay, we don't need this guy. Like we just want this guy, right? Hey, we'll help you. We're helping you. You're not helping us type thing, right? So again, it changes things. Just depends. There's a lot of different options. Again, there's not like that, like crazy, like, oh, we can go get this guy type thing, but at least have some fast break points off bench Lonzo, off waivers maybe. Any two of Benedict Mathurin, Sexton, and Io, and a serviceable big +3 and D Wing. Yeah. I mean, there's still a lot. There's still a lot of options on the board. We'll see. I mean, we're gonna find out, right? we're what is it? We're what 14 hours now? 14 hours. So it'll be here before we know it. In a perfect world, we trade for Giannis now and then sign a bunch of guys off of the buyout market. Suppose the trade involves a lot of our players. Yeah, I mean that would be a perfect world, but I don't see the Lakers landing Giannis this trade deadline. In the offseason, sure they have a chance, but even then it's kind of bleak. Why do the Lakers have so many dead weight players like Gabe, DK, and Kleba? Well, Maxi Kleba you had to take on to do the Luka deal. So, I mean, I don't really think would you have not taken on Kleba and lost Luka? No. Right. So Kleba, again, like I see like a lot of people like, oh man, we got dead money in Kleba. And it's like, but you got Luka out of it. Like you had to do something. There had to be like logic there. And you didn't have to give up Reeves and all this other stuff. So again, like I don't think we really complain about the Kleba thing. DK was great until we traded him, right? Like, again, a lot of it is circumstantial. Gabe Vincent, right? Like, I've talked about this with some of the offseason signings, right? Like, Gabe Vincent was everything we needed and was a huge signing that just didn't work out. It just didn't. Injuries, and he just hasn't been the same since he came back, right? But, like, again, you don't know, right? Like you don't know until it happens, right? Like as much as we criticize guys, all of us, when Gabe Vincent signed with the Lakers, all of us were going like, what? Rob got him for 11 million? Like, no way. Look at what he just did in the finals and blah, 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 blah. Again, sometimes guys just don't pan out. Lakers will probably sign a couple guys this offseason and some of those guys probably won't pan out, right? It's just how it goes, right? I mean, again, D'Lo is a 18 point a game, 18-8 guy with Minnesota, and then comes to us, and he's just now since then he's just been getting shipped everywhere. He's been passed around, right? Like again, it's sometimes guys just don't work out. You know what I mean? Like Gabe Vincent was an excellent signing at the time. It didn't work out. Christian Wood, another guy. I mean, there was like 5 or 6 teams that were waiting for Christian Wood, right? Because he was like a 17-8 guy off the bench the previous year. And it just didn't work out, right? Sometimes it doesn't work out. Another thing is the Lakers I believe are the only team that don't have a pro scouting department. It's why you see Lakers, like if you notice, Lakers usually sign guys based off the name, right? A guy does really good this year, and then Rob will try to sign him in the offseason, right? The problem is like that's why you need a pro scouting department. Lakers haven't had a pro scouting department, right? They don't have somebody that's that is evaluating all the various role players and stuff like that and going like, hey, this guy, yeah, he was great last year, but it was a fluke year. Or, hey, maybe you should get that guy for $3 million instead of 11, right? Like it's things like that. So I'm so excited for buyout players. Yeah. That's basically, I mean, again, we're 14 hours away from shifting to that here. If you was the GM for the Lakers for a whole day, what would you do? I would do the Brooklyn Nets trade. Call Brooklyn and let's talk business. I need Akaya Baji, Haywood Highsmith, Day'Ron Sharpe, Zaire Williams. If I have to give up my first, I do it. Now the Lakers have all the depth, all the versatility, might actually be able to do this thing this season. And then in the offseason, at worst, you have your depth and rotation guys. Now all the cap space you have left, and they're all cheap. Now you have your cap space, and I'm throwing it at a Peyton Watson, or I'm throwing it at a Tari Eason. And if I can't get either of those guys, like say both those teams call my bluff, I'm hitting up, the Pelicans, and I'm going like, hey, let's talk Herb Jones, right? Basically what I do, I think the Nets trade is the answer. I think you get the youth, the athleticism, the defense, the rebounding, the hustle. I think the Nets have the potential to solve everything the Lakers need. Obviously, you wouldn't get that high-end starting level 3, but like, again, Lakers are limited assets. Beggars can't be choosers. Solve everything else, right? That, to me, solves everything else, potentially. Obviously, you never know how players are going to play and stuff like that. But essentially, in a nutshell, that's what I would do. Green when we were bottom of the barrel. While never expected Warriors to make moves, while Lakers don't have any single one. I mean, I figured the Warriors were going to do something. I was hoping for the Michael Porter Jr. trade because the Nets didn't want Kaminga, so the Lakers could have landed Kaminga. That's the only way I saw them landing Kaminga. Bloodhound. Tyler, you're the best Lakers YouTuber. Thank you. Seriously, I appreciate that. Always appreciate how much content you give us. Always rooting for you. Thank you. Seriously, it's very kind of you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Look, I say it all the time. I am very blessed. I get to talk Lakers for a living. like how would I not want to do this? Like people are like, dude, why do you post so much? You post 20 times a day. I'm like, you would do if you were in my position. Like I love it. I did it all day anyway. Right now I actually have people to talk to about it. Now I've found my peeps, right? Like I love it. It's a blessing. I would have been doing this anyway. My wife would have to sit here and listen to me like, dude, and then this happened. And she's just like, what is like, that's great. They kicked the field goal. I'm like, no, it's not a field goal. Oh, okay. They made a goal. Like, no, it's not soccer. Lakers traded for Tyler as it stands at the trade deadline, and let's call it a night. Hey, sign me up. Let's do it. I'd even play for free. Let's do it. This current Lakers roster can't compete against OKC, Denver, Spurs, Houston, also Minnesota, Phoenix coming strong. So I disagree. I do. Like OKC is very beatable. Like, but out of respect, I think Lakers have a shot against OKC, but it would be tough. Denver Denver, I worry about. I think Denver might be the best team in basketball. If they can stay healthy, they keep dealing with injuries. Denver can stay healthy. Denver might be the best team in basketball. I do really worry about Denver. The only thing that gives me like some, I guess solace for the Denver matchup is Luka loves to play Denver. Loves it because Jokic is his best buddy and he wants to beat him so he can talk mess, right? So Denver, I worry about. I see somebody said Denver owns us. Not since we've got Luka. Lakers are undefeated against Denver since we've got Luka. But I personally want to. I think the Lakers beat the Spurs because if you watch the Spurs, they're you see it every year. Young team that just has athleticism and foot speed and all the things. Like, it's a Sacramento situation. It's a Memphis situation. It's all that. Every year you get that young team that overperforms. But when they get to the playoffs, they lack the experience. There's several things that they lack, right? And Spurs love to give up big quarters. They've had their struggles closing out games. You see their youth and inexperience. I think the Lakers beat the Spurs 7-game series. Houston, all the problems that Houston had last year, they have this year, but worse. And I said last year they weren't going anywhere, and this year they're not going. They can't consistently score the basketball, right? Like Houston, and then once there's a blueprint to beating Houston. It's why Houston keeps losing to these like random, like just like the Lakers have a blueprint to beating the Lakers, Houston has a blueprint. So like in all those tight games, which the games would be tight, you just trap and double Kevin Durant, and Houston doesn't know what to do. It's like, it's the strangest thing because there's a bunch of NBA players. I'm telling you, watch some Houston games, and you'll be like, what is happening? Right? Like teams will just trap Kevin Durant and force the ball. It's like Houston's like, what do we do now? Right? Like Spurs and Houston, like Minnesota, same thing. I like our chances against Minnesota much better than last year. I was one of the few people that was saying, like, I do not want to play Minnesota. We were in live streams. People were calling me an idiot, all kinds of stuff. No, they were like, hey, we don't want to play the Warriors. And I was like, no, it's the opposite. Lakers want to play the Warriors. They don't want to play the Timberwolves. And we played the Timberwolves. We got ran through. This year we match up much better against Minnesota. Much better against Minnesota. Phoenix, again, regular season and playoffs, they have some toughness, guys, stuff like that. But again, playoffs and regular season are very different things. The only teams I look at in the Western Conference, and again, that doesn't mean that those teams can't beat the Lakers. I'm not saying like, oh, Lakers are going to sweep everyone else, right? I wouldn't bet on it. But the only two teams that I really worry about is OKC and Denver. They're the only teams that I look at that I'm like, those are probably L's, which is why I think the Lakers make it out of the first round. I think Lakers, depending on the match, obviously, if they play Denver or OKC in the first round, then probably not. But like, if they play anybody else, I think they may get out of the first round. Again, I could be wrong, been wrong before, but I think I'm not worried about those teams. Obviously, again, anybody can beat anybody, but let me see. Let me find some stuff to me. What if Sada gets Kyrie as they need a point guard? Sada. I'm trying to think of who you talking about. Houston? Talking about Memphis or Minnesota? Is that what you meant? Minnesota? That probably makes sense. Minnesota gets Kyrie because they need a point guard. Problem is they need a playmaking point guard, not really a scoring point guard, is the thing. So yeah, they need more of a playmaking point guard. So I like the Kobe White news. I was like, that doesn't really make sense. He's more of a two guard than a point guard. They need a prime Mike Conley, right? Like, is what they need. Somebody that can initiate. And like if Gabe played like Miami Gabe, that would be perfect for Minnesota. But the problem is we haven't seen Miami Gabe since Miami Gabe, right? So that's the problem. But he would be ideal, right? Somebody that can just initiate the offense, get you into your action, and then shoot the basketball, catch and shoot the basketball, right? Be that point of attack, base that 3-and-D guard. Lonzo got waived. Why don't Lakers get him? No one's going to sign any of the waiver guys till after the trade deadline. Lakers very well might get him. So at this point, who do you think has had the best trade deadline? I mean, Cavs Cavs, I mean, they did a lot. I think they got better. And not only do I think they got better, but they also solved like their cap issue and getting under the apron and stuff like that. Like Cavs, I think had the best offseason. I really like Anthony Davis and Trae Young. Like I don't think that they're gonna win a championship or anything like that, but like I don't know. That would be very interesting, right? Like I don't know. That would be um somebody say unsubbing from your channel after you said Luka is a better scorer than Kobe. When did I ever say that? You're just making stuff up. Yeah. Are you talking about another white guy with glasses? Um, I just saw like I'm unsubbing because you said Luka's a better scorer than Kobe. I literally didn't say anything. I haven't even mentioned Kobe. And I've never said that ever in any live stream ever. I've never said anything about. I've never compared Luka and Kobe ever. I think you got the wrong channel. Tyler will trade Sleep and Dr. Pepper for one move. Yeah, seriously, I would trade a lot for that. Let's go. A better coach would get a lot more from these players. Look at Vando as a prime example of a rotation. He has pushed on Luka this season. DK could maybe have gotten back. I mean, again, you look at JJ Redick. I mean, DK talked about it in the offs. Like everyone talked about it in the offseason that like he's really like tried hard to get him right and kind of help with the shooting and correction stuff like that. Dalton Connect was doing like 3 a days, right? I remember there was all those interviews and DK was doing interviews and everything. And then JJ Redick was literally he was playing him like 18 minutes a night and starting him. JJ's done everything he can to get him DK right. And he just hasn't been able to do it. So, all right. All right. I'm going to go. I said I was only going to go 5 more minutes and that was 30 minutes ago. So I get, we might as well hit the 2-hour mark. So I, go 9 more minutes and I'm going to get on out of here because I don't think the Lakers are going to do anything, but I'd like to take a little break. Problem is I'm not going to be able to sleep and be up all night. And I think my dog's barking about something. Let's see. My theory right now is the Nets got Akai just to trade him to the Lakers because Rob and Sean Marks are BFFs. Could be. The thing is, though, the Lakers can't, like, they wouldn't be able to aggregate him. So you'd have to do it, like, unless the Lakers are just trading for him, or if you're doing a bigger trade, you'd have to do, like, separate trades. You'd have to do, like, like, whatever, Dayron and Zaire and Haywood Highsmith, and then do another trade just for Akai, which you could. Like, you could work it out. There's no things. The problem is Rob is just too passive. I don't think, like, I disagree. Like, so Rob had a bad problem earlier in his tenure where he would overpay and he would jump on like the first trades that became available. And he's done a really good job the last like 2-3 years of staying patient, and the patience has paid off, right? Like, I think again, there's a very fine line between passive and patient. But like Rob Blink has done a trade every year but one, right? Like the biggest reason I think Rob does something is because he's like every year but one. If something happened 90% of the time, you're taking that 90% of the time, right? Like, so again, maybe nothing happens, but like, again, you're talking like, again, I don't know, like it's odd. Did Tyler actually say better score? I never said that, which I think is funny. I don't know where they got that from. I'd love to. I think it's just somebody either trolling or they're mixing me up. I have people mix me up with Trevor Lane all the time. Like all the time. Like Trevor Lane will say something and then like I'll see a video and people are like, yesterday you said this. And I'm like, I never said that. Like, and then they'll be like Trevor, and I'm like, oh, it's the other white guy. like it's I never said that. That was somebody else, right? Like, or they'll mix me up with like some of these other people. Like it happens all the time. I get comments like regularly. Somebody will be like, "But you said this," and I'm like, "I literally never said that." you made a video about this. Like, I assure you, I never made a video about that. And like, and then they'll be like, but Trevor, and I'm like, okay, it wasn't me. You're on the wrong channel. You're on a different league channel. Let's see. It's pretty shocking. Tyler praises Pelinka when his favorite Gabe and AR are still on the team. Definitely not praise, but again, like right is right. You know what I mean? Like, again, gonna praise like both can be true. You can praise Rob for getting the Luka trade done and then criticize him in other areas. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. But Tyler, Lakers need Lonzo. We need Lonzo to save the season. Hope us, Lonzo Ball. Your only hope. Help us, Lonzo. You're my only hope. The Rob Pelinka trade deadline experience every year is destroying me. If we don't make a single trade and keep Gabe Vincent, Max Kleber, DK in this team past tomorrow, I might feel it, man. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, Oh, someone said, I think you were talking about Kobe White. Oh, and they probably thought I was talking about this Kobe. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. I can see somebody. See, that's why you don't just assume, right? Like, instead of just assuming, ask. Say, hey, like, just like, see, this is how, like, things on the internet happen. Like you say something, like I'm talking about Kobe White, and somebody goes like, as it stands, Lakers hates Kobe, prefers Luka. And it's like, I'm not talking about Kobe Bryant. That makes sense. I can see that. I can see somebody coming in the middle of that talk when I'm like, no, Kobe is, I could see that. Okay, that actually makes sense. But I was just thinking, like, I see people like regularly, like, be like, oh, you said this. And I'm like, I never said that. Like, I know for a fact I never said that. I've never even talked about that. And then usually they'll be like, well, Trevor, or in your live stream. I'm like, I didn't even live stream yesterday. I'm like, oh, Lakers Nation. Like, it happens like all the time. Like, just like look at the comments. You'll see people call me Trevor all the time. Yeah, they get us mixed up. White guy with glasses, it's usually how it goes. Or Kobe Buffkin. I was talking about Kobe Buffkin earlier too. Yeah, it's true. Again, like I said, I'm not worried. I care less. Do what you want. What am I gonna do? It just threw me off. I just like saw it. I was like, I just like looked down for a minute, and I was like, what? I was like, I never said that. It was like, it just threw me off. It just caught my eye. But yeah, nonetheless, like I said, regardless, do what you can do. Bro, because of your content, I was able to explain a salary dump to my girl today. Well, good. I'm glad. That's what I want to do, right? And I already know a lot about ball, but your content is educational, even though your Laravia takes her a while. Laravia, I haven't been wrong about Laravia. I said he's going to be inconsistent offensively, but he's going to be very impactful. And I said he'd start. Dude, I've been like spot on with Jake Laravia, JB. But nonetheless, I appreciate you. As always, like I said, not everyone's going to agree with everything I say. I'm going to say stuff that people disagree with. I'm going to say things, but that's why at the end of every video, I always say, whether you agree or disagree, right? Because it's a conversation to me. It's fun. Like none of this is fun, right? We're talking sports. We're debating. Like it's fun. It's entertainment. Right? Nothing is great show, Trevor. That was great. I just looked down. I just saw a bunch of great show, Trevor. That was great. See, I love the internet. I'm telling you, like good troll. See, that's a good troll. I love a good troll. But anyway, JB, stay on topic. I keep looking at my phone because I'm checking for notifications. But like again, that's what I want to be. I want to be fun. I want to talk. I want to do things. I want to educate. I want to explain things. I don't know everything. I don't see anything. But like, if there's stuff that I don't know, I try to learn. I try to like, okay, how about this, right? So again, I want to be a little bit of everything. I'm not like I say all the time, I'm not an insider. I'm not a reporter. I'm just a guy. I'm just a fan. So I appreciate you. Seriously. Thank you. But those Trevor don't wear glasses. That's what you think. Trevor's wear glasses. But anyway, yeah. Like I said, I appreciate a good troll. When people take the time to really troll good. That's why I get so disappointed when I see troll comments that are just trash. It's so disappointing. It's like, take some pride. I say it all the time, man. If you're gonna troll, take some pride in your work. I know you guys are just it's not I know you guys are trolling. Like, you guys are just joking, but it just made me think. I was just like, I love when I get a good troll comment. Like, you see that troll comment where it's like well thought out and it's well, like, and you're just like, God, like, somebody took time. Like, this was a beautiful work of art. They took some time, got some brush strokes in there. Like, I love that. Like, take some pride in your trolling, right? Like, nothing's worse than when it's like, you're ugly. Like, oh, real original, right? Like, oh, you got me. Like, but when people are like, like, kidding, are thoughtful in their troll, right? Like, it's the internet. People are gonna say things. I'm all for it. Say what you gotta say, but, like, at least take pride in what you say. Say it with your chest. But that was great. When I just looked down and I had a bunch of great Trevor comments. That was beautiful. But anyway, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more questions. I just get out of here. Really, it's 2 a.m. or it's been going 2 hours. 12 a.m. Want to start getting things in order. And I don't know, probably 2 hours. Try to see if I can nap for a couple hours. Someone's gonna call you Trevor Tyler now, probably. I'm telling you, I get Trevor comments all the time, like regularly. People be like, "Oh, but you said this," and I'm like, "I never said that." And then they're like, "Yes, you did, Trevor." And I'm like, okay. Wrong white guy. Get your white guys mixed up. Oh yeah, the Zubac to the Pacers. I maybe see something like that. Mathurin, Jarvis Walker, and salary filler to the Clips. That would be kind of interesting. Like, so what? They're gonna run Mathurin, and if that's the case, like, if they trade Zoo and everybody like that, Lakers need to go get Derrick Jones Jr. and Chris Dunn, man. Like, because if they're trading Zoo, they're tearing it down. Forget everything else. Go get Derrick Jones Jr. Both guys combined are only making $16 million. Like, dude, you could do Gabe Vincent and Dalton Connect for both of those guys. Give them a first. So I'd be like, here's a first, Dalton Connect and Gabe Vincent. Get you off of some salary, and then you can figure out what you want to do with Dalton Connect. And give me Derrick Jones Jr. and Chris Dunn, and call it a trade deadline. Let's do it. I'm beautiful. Like, absolutely, I would absolutely love that. So hopefully, Tyler, are you going to do a live stream again if the Lakers made a trade in 3 hours later? Yeah. If the Lakers make a trade, I'll be back on. I'll do the video first, and then I'll come back on, because not everyone sees the live stream, stuff like that. But anyway, I'm gonna get on out of here. I've been going over 2 hours. I'm gonna try to stretch and take a break, hopefully, for a few minutes. I actually think I need to edit a video. Do I have that video already scheduled? Let's do this in real time. I'm gonna see if I have this video scheduled or not. I think I need to edit it. I think I came on live instead of edit it. Yeah, I need. Darn it. Oh well, I'll edit that and get it up. Anyway, I'm gonna get on out of here because I got some more work to do, and then gotta kind of wait around. If, like I said, if I can take a little break before the deadline, then I would I'd do that. But you guys are beautiful. Hopefully we get some trades done. Tomorrow, real quick, I should mention that. Tomorrow, Blucka, if you're here while I close this out, can you put the NBA channel in the stream again? If not, I'll do it before I close. But tomorrow, whatever happens at the end of the trade deadline, I will do the post game not the post game stream. I will do a live stream. I'll probably make a video and then do a live stream at some point. So I'll do a live stream after the trade deadline's done, and then we'll still do the post game stream. So you'll get 2 live streams tomorrow at some point. So hopefully I'm come on this live stream and we do a trade, and I'm like, yay, right? Like, and we can talk and break down a trade. Obviously, if we get a trade tonight, then I'll definitely do come on and do another live stream and all that stuff. So we will see. Time will tell. Blucka isn't here. I was trying to stall out, which is fine. Appreciate him nonetheless. But also, last thing, if you can, on your way out, subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button on the way out. And I just put a link in the chat. That's my NBA channel that I started like a month ago that I really need to pick up, and I really need to get my subscribers, and I need to get that monetized, and then I can. So hopefully this offseason, I need to get, but basically by the offseason, I need to get that right, because then we can start doing things on that channel too. So kind of pick that up and have some fun over there as well. But anyway, subscribe here, like here, and then also again go on over to that channel that has the link and go subscribe there and like here. And you people are beautiful. Everyone that gave me super chat, seriously, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Everyone that hung out with me, love you, appreciate